We are doing the intuitive patterns for the month of March 2021. Yes, I am Suzanne Wagner, and I am doing my monthly card reading, mixed kind of with some astrology and some channeling for the patterns that will actually unfold this month. If we use the different cards in the Osho Zen Tarot, we've got the Creator, Sharing, and Projections. In the Medicine cards, we've got Fox, Deer, and Eagle. In the Mayan Oracle, we have Etsnob, Maluk, and Transformer. In the Ancient Egyptian Tarot, we have the Four of Wands, the Tower, and the Two of Discs. In the Aleister Crowley Tarot, we have the Victory card, the Sun, the Knight of Wands. In the Healing Earth Tarot, we have the Nine of Shields, the Woman of Rainbows, and the Emperor. And in the Words of Truth, we have abuse, withdrawal, and freedom. So, what does all that mean? So, the way I do readings is I kind of am a synthesizer of information. So I try to pull little bits of information from the different cards, and I try and mix them up and kind of see how the patterns interconnect. And where they interconnect, that becomes like the pattern that's unfolding. So with the coming of the spring, many things shift and become clear. There is a palatable feeling of calmness returning. A great relief for everyone. Stability returns in waves of relief as the vaccinations spread across the world, bringing a feeling of a new potential for normalcy to emerge. While I don't believe we are completely out of this pandemic until October, I do feel that the tide is turning and we have a moment where the heaviness lifts. Take a moment to congratulate yourself and those you love on making it through this tremendously difficult time. Oh my gosh, notice that there is more unity and togetherness. A feeling of community has returned, and that desire to share with others has become very important. Technology is growing by leaps and bounds, and it is supporting us in new ways. The darkness is in withdrawal, but it is not finished yet. The projections of others continue to distort reality for some, and will still try to inhibit others' ability to freely co-create this new reality emerging. They will not win under this astrology, but that does not mean they will not try. The astrology is now a blinding light leading the way into the future. A path lies in front of us that can give us so much more than has ever been offered to humanity. It would be absurd to not grab as many as you can and together go hand in hand onto that path. Freedom does not come on a silver platter. Freedom comes from resisting those that consciously intend to harm, abuse, and tear down anything that is beautiful, pure, and alive. This month, the Fox reminds us that many are watching in the shadows. Things are going on behind the scenes, and it would be wise of us to learn stillness in such a profound way that we can observe, watch, listen, and make sense out of many things swirling around us, physically and energetically. Answers will come to those with the ability to be invisible and to those who are willing to wait for the right moment in time. The deer reminds us that gentleness is not weakness. It is the reminder that you need to be gentle with yourself this month, and that it is gentleness that will dispel the fear still lurking in the psyche of so many. I can really talk today. Well, okay. Deer reminds us that fear is the demon blocking our pathway to the truth. And the eagle calls to your spirit that knows freedom and knows that freedom requires effort. Honestly, I have not seen this card in over 4 years of doing readings. I had begun to think that this card was missing from the deck, but finally it has soared into our cards this month, and to say that I was elated is an understatement. Eagle tells us to look up and to gather our courage because an opportunity is arriving as a spiritual test. He tells us that it is through loving your shadow as much as your light that we find true freedom. Your higher mind is calling out to your heart. It is essential that they become unified in the dance of compassionate light. This month begins a celebration of life. The ground is warming, the energy is rising up from the earth to awaken our world once again. Let that energy infuse you with hope, light, and love. Have a wonderful spring. And then as I was looking at the Tower card this month, I basically got a poem that came out, and those of you that follow me know that these things kind of spontaneously come out of me all over the place. So anyway, here is the poem, and this one is about the Tower. Towers have been built as symbols of power and might. Towers have been built to invoke terror and fright. Towers have been built to enslave and subjugate. Towers have been built to taunt and intimidate. Such towers always come crashing down. It matters not if they had power or renown. Such places hold darkness and fear, no matter how opulent the veneer. We are in a time when the towers of nature call. Hear them above the sounds of man's towers that fall. We now see that what we used to think was great pales in comparison to nature's template. We see the arrogance of humanity's lie as our fear has polluted the water, land, and sky. We are small as long as we listen to ego's call. We become great when we tear down the tower's wall. Thanks, everyone.